Wednesday. Welcome to Tile Talk with Ginnie and Tile Stream with Architectural Ceramics. You're visiting us in the Rockville showroom today, and I'm here to talk to you about tile trims. I have been doing tile for about 15 years now, so I've gotten slightly particular about how I like the trims to be done, and this board is showing you the most perfect example of what is a perfect installation, at least in my opinion. What they did here, and if I draw your attention just to this section up across the top, so what we're looking at is that the installer was fabulous. He started at the center line and worked his way out left and right. So what it did is it came to a nice corner here where the contractor was able to miter this edge and create a nice perfect, and again, it's centered. So from left to right, I've seen so many installations where they kind of start with this corner and they go across here and it kind of stops and that side is shorter than this side. And again, I know it's a bit of a detail, but I have gotten that particular over the years, which is again, something you'll find with any of us designers here at Architectural Ceramics. We've been doing this long enough. This is a detail that we take into account for you to make sure that your installation looks fantastic. So, again, this is a perfect installation showing you how they just took the basic trim, and as you see here, there's a bunch of simple pieces here that you can then take and cut and create that mitered edge. However, if you have another vendor or I know that this vendor does have options, as does this one. These are two different companies, and they do offer a corner piece. What you can see on this board here is that they have a corner piece already made. This is a company based out of Spain, fabulous company. They have these readily available, so I can get these relatively quickly. These would then be made to order, but there's a rhyme and a reason for that because you can kind of get it in any shape and color. But this one, they have their colors, they have their shapes, the pieces come as they are, but that trim piece, that corner piece is so beautiful. When I have that as an offering within a series, I love to then use it in your installation because it is a perfect detail. Again, it's all in the little details. That to me is a perfect one. I'm gonna come across you here and show you then this piece. This is then another detail. This is then taking it up a notch. If you really love your space, you really wanna, you've got the budget to then take and play, this one, they can customize and make us curved pieces, which is not normal. I don't find that in most series that we carry, most lines. You're normally gonna see the straight trim pieces. But again, the fact that we can customize and make you a curved piece, so you've got an arch you want to frame out, and they come in different shapes, different widths, so we can play with the level of detail that you need. But again, they have the capability of customizing this just for you, and again, having the contractor miter the edges, or perhaps a corner piece can be made for you. That would be so fantastic. But again, I just like that one. This is for an arabesque installation. It's just a level of detail, punches it up for you. We have our in-stock series. Even for those ready-to-go lines, we have a really cute little quarter round. It just is like a little finished edge piece that you can put on the edge of your tile just to give it that finished look. Say you're running an installation for a kitchen backsplash, you can simply trim that. You're not looking at the raw edge of the tile. Very clean, very crisp, very minimalistic. I love this piece. It comes in a few different colors. Alternatively, we have this line here, which has a really pretty, more modern, contemporary looking straight liner to then finish the installation or to frame out something over the kitchen stove for your kitchen backsplash. No corner pieces, but they can install it correctly, miter those edges, starting from the center, working their way out. Keep on forcing that with your installer. It's a very nice detail. We then here go into glass tile. That's metal trim that just fell. I will show you those in just a moment. The glass tiles, there's lots of options with the glass as well. Because again, at the end of the day, if there's gonna be a cut edge, which there always is in every installation, totally normal, this one has the coordinating trim piece to finish the edge. These come in a few different colors, and the trim pieces also come in the coordinating colors just to simply and elegantly finish those lines for you. If you need something a little bit more punchy, we could easily then play with something like this from this company. They have this large chunky piece, these thinner pieces. What's cool about this chunky piece here is that it actually has a channel in the center that you could potentially put this piece inside, and say you mix and match colors, you can create a really nice detail with a little bit of punch, very simply out of glass. But again, if you don't want to go for that chunk of color or that detail, keeping it simple and finishing off those edges in the color that coordinates with your installation. Or say it's a blended glass, pick the underlying color, or let us pick for you. We'll find the right highlight for your space to play with that. So we definitely have lots of options in terms of glass. With marble, the sky's the limit. It's actually relatively, so for me, marble is the easiest thing to trim out, only because marble is soft. So the installer, if he's got the right tools, should be able to round off the edges on site for you. But if you want that detail to frame out, you have options of chunky moldings, skinny moldings, very fine minimalistic moldings. Finding them in the color to coordinate with your main tile, we can do that. We have them in lots of options. Even this is just a few out of many that we still have to offer, but it's a starting point for you to take a look at. Finally, we're gonna take a look at porcelain. And with porcelain, for me, it has the least amount of options in terms of trim. Porcelain is great. You're using it a lot. They look like stone. They look like marble. They look like fabric. They look like all sorts of things. Poured concrete. They're really, really interesting. When you see something like this that's more of linear, I find these ones the hardest to trim because, actually, simple, relatively simple. Hardest to trim with their coordinating trim because their bullnose, which is a nice rounded edge to make any installation look finished, looks great if we run it across the top of this tile here. But then if I were to run it vertically, the lines are off, and that to me is very off-putting. It gives a hard edge to an installation, which we don't want. We want it to edge simply, cleanly, simply. That's why this way, no problem. If we were gonna run the tile vertically, we can finish your shower walls with this piece here. Alternatively, I will get the metal trim that had fallen to the floor and show you. These pieces of metal, they come in 8-foot length strips. And with this porcelain tile, you can simply cover the edge of the tile so you're not seeing the raw cut edge of the installation. So this, in any finish, I keep on grabbing the gold today, but we can finish it whatever your faucet finishes are. Say they're oil rub bronze, or they are polished chrome, or any number of things. Say you want copper, bright copper. We have the color options to play with your installation, so we can easily go forward and finish your edge. It can be a rounded edge, it can be a squared off edge. We have options, but again, that's why you come to us here at Architectural Ceramics, to show you what there is out there and then figure out what's the best option based on your look, your needs. That's why you come to us here at Architectural Ceramics. Again, that's Tile Talk with Ginny, here talking about trims. If you have more questions, feel free to DM me or call any of us here at Architectural Ceramics. Hope you have a great day. Bye.